Hello, my dear students. Hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you guys are all perfectly fine. So now that you are done with your CA Inter Costing examination, paper 4 examination, you are done. The next exam is going to be paper 5 Auditing and Ethics. And you guys are well aware the exam is going to happen on 15th of May 2024. So in fact, after the costing paper, we are having 3.5 days of time, 3.5 days of time we are having in order to prepare for the paper number 5 Auditing and Ethics. This is actually an advantage, guys. There is an edge for you. You have a lot of time, and trust me, somewhere if you have lagged when it comes to your preparation, whatever preparation that you have done earlier before the exams got started, if there is somewhat deficiency in your preparation, somewhere your preparation has gone wrong, you have an advantage here. If you properly plan these 3.5 days of time, if you are able to have one proper guided approach, if you are able to cover some important concepts, and if you are going to make the proper utilization of these 3.5 days of time before the auditing paper, if at all something has gone wrong, if at all something did not happen, whatever you thought of preparing, if at all that did not take place before this examination, but if you have a proper approach, if you are able to properly utilize this 3.5 days of time, still the chances are in your favor, still the odds are in your favor. You have a very good chance of getting through this auditing examination. And also, if you are able to properly utilize this time, you can score even very good marks from this auditing paper. So I'm going to tell you in this video how you can make use of this 3.5 days of time in a best manner, which will help you to score very good marks in the auditing paper. So I don't want to waste much of your time. So I will directly go into this strategy for 3.5 days to score good marks in the auditing paper. Okay. And one more thing, you have to be very cautious. See, having time is definitely a value addition. Having the time is actually a very good point, a very good advantage for the students. But this availability of extra time should not make you lazy. This is what most of the students will do. They will think that, okay, I have 3.5 days of time. I will spare one day. I will relax for one day. I will relax for 2 days. 1.5 day of preparation I will do. That should not make you lazy. Availability of time should not make you lazy. You have to be very cautious. The exams will get completed. After that, whatever relaxation you want to do, that then you can do it till the complete exams get over. No relaxation, no chilling out, only preparation. Okay, right. So we actually have how many days? 3.5 days of time to score good marks in the audit. So I have here weightage. What is going to be the weightage of each and every chapter? I have it here. Sir, from where I have got this? Did I prepare on my own? No, this thing I did not prepare it by myself. This weightage pattern has been given by the ICA itself. Who has given this weightage pattern? ICAI itself has given this weightage pattern. So if you look at this pattern, if you look at this weightage of each and every chapter, don't you think if you are choosy in your preparation, if at all you are unable to complete the 100% of the syllabus, if you are choosy in your preparation, don't you think if we are choosy in certain chapters, we have a chance of getting easily passed in the examination? Yes or no? Like, just I'm saying it for example sake. See here, from nature, objective and scope of audit and ethics, there is a weightage of 12 to 16%. This weightage, I'm not saying it by myself. This is a weightage which has been given in the ICA sources itself. ICA itself has given this weightage. Yes or no? So if you see here, if you are choosing your preparation, like if you prepare randomly, if I choose, like for example, nature, objective and scope of audit, audit reporting, audit strategy, planning and program, and these set of chapters, this first four also, if you concentrate, see here, you would have easily covered 45 to 50 marks. 45 to 50 marks. So this, if you add this audit of items of the financial statements, you would have covered 60 marks. 60 marks are already there. So I'm not asking you exactly to follow this order, but just I'm telling you, if you look at the weightage of this each and every chapter, and if you are able to plan your preparation, if you are able to choose the chapters which you are more comfortable with, so not even studying 100% of the syllabus, still you have odds in your favor, still you have a chance of scoring good marks, still you have a chance of passing the auditing examination, right? So you have to be very strategical when it comes to the preparation. So I'm going to tell you which chapter should be your top priority, which chapter should be your last priority, what and all concepts you have to cover. So all that I'm going to cover in this video. I'm not going to take much of time. In a short span of time, I'll try to cover everything. So please pay attention now. So some important points, some most important points before you go for the examination. What is the most important thing which you have to do in this 3.5 days? In this 3.5 days of time, what are the most important things which you are supposed to do? At any point of time before you go for the examination, there are certain things which you are required to cover compulsorily. Damn sure you have to cover. So what are the things which you have to damn sure cover them? Two MTPs, MTP1 and MTP2. Whatever MTPs which are released for this May 2024 attempt, those two MTPs you have to cover it 100%. Don't go for the examination without covering that 2 series of the MTPs. One MTP, one related video explanation I have already uploaded on my YouTube. And one more thing, guys, stay tuned to my channel. For these 3.5 days, I'm going to upload so many resources. I'm going to upload so many videos. I'm going to talk about so many things in this 3.5 days of time, which will help you, which will add some value to your preparation. So I'm going to upload a lot of resources. So stay tuned. I don't want you to watch the YouTube throughout the day. Keep a certain point of time, like somewhere around 7 to 9, somewhere at that point of time. Please come and have a look at the YouTube channel once, at my YouTube channel once. If you find any if I have uploaded any video on that day, if you find that from that you are going to derive some value for the examination, please do watch it. So these 3 days I'm going to upload a lot of resources. So anyhow, the most important thing what you are supposed to do is 2 MTPs, MTP1, MTP2, definitely 100% compulsory. You have to prepare it. Don't keep it at the last. What most of the students will do is, I will prepare everything at last, I will refer to the MTP, but you will miss it out. So because of some not availability of the time and all, you will miss it out. So what my suggestion will be, somewhere in between, so on second day or after, on the first day itself if permits, so you try to cover MTP1 and MTP2. Along with that, RTP, whatever RTP that has been released for this attempt May 2024, compulsorily you have to see it. As we all know, this is going to be the first examination under new scheme. We all know that, right? So since it is the first examination under new scheme, there are chances that the questions are going to directly come from the ICA resources only. So that's why I'm insisting you this much. MTP is compulsorily you have to cover, and RTP you have to cover. Damn sure you have to cover. And one more thing I would suggest you to do, compulsory, not suggestion, it is a compulsion. One more thing which you have to do for sure is test your knowledge questions. What you have to do? Test your knowledge questions from the ICAI material. You have to do it. So those test your knowledge questions can be related under MCQs category, though test your knowledge questions could be under descriptive category. It is your responsibility to cover that MCQs and descriptive questions which are given in the study material under test your knowledge category. So under test your knowledge category, whatever questions are given in the ICI study material, you have to damn sure cover them. Sir, I have a problem. Am I required to go through each and every chapter in the study material and read it? You need not put that effort. What I have done, you guys already know, I have already prepared a compilation of all the resources. I have already prepared a compilation of test your knowledge questions. Everything I have compiled it. So where you can download that compiled test your knowledge and MCQ related question bank. So just what you have to do, visit our website. So I'm showing you here, just to visit our website, you'll be able to find all the resources. So this is our website, www.fingainsacademy.com. So just to visit that website. Then once you visit that website, there will be something called resources section here. Able to see this resources section is there. Just to open that resources section, you will be diverted to one folder. So here there are so many resources for CA Inter Audit as well as CA Final Audit. So just go to the CA Inter Audit. In that material for May 2024 will be there. So all these are resources available. You will have our main material, you will have the supplementary material, MCQ and true or false statements booklet. Able to see the third part, MCQ and true or false statements booklet. So you have to refer that MCQ booklet, true or false, you do it or not, keep it aside. Why? Because as you could see in the MTPs, we are unable to find the true or false statements. So high chances you might not be able to find out the true or false statements in your main examination also. If it comes, well and good, but high chances they will not come. So that's why you refer to that MCQs part for sure. And something there is called test your knowledge booklet. Test your knowledge booklet. Sir, what is this test your knowledge booklet? So let me open it here. The test your knowledge booklet is nothing but at the end of each and every chapter, you will be able to find the test your knowledge questions, right? In the ICA material, they will only give you the question, reference to the paragraphs they will give. They will not give the complete answer. They will ask you to refer so and so paragraph for the answer. But what I have done is I have taken all the test your knowledge questions from the ICA study material. I have given the question and I have given the answer here itself. I have given the question, I have taken the question, I have drafted the answer also here, so that you will not find difficulty in finding the answers in the study material. In order to avoid that difficulty, what I have done, I have taken questions and I have also presented them along with the answers. So here you will be able to find, so how many pages of booklet is this? So I think, yeah, it is 64 pages of the booklet. How much booklet it is? 64 pages of the booklet. If you have already done one round of preparation, it is just like looking at the question and what could be the suitable answer. So just it is application of your preparation, whatever you have done. If at all you have not done the preparation also, it is your responsibility to read these questions and read these answers and then only go for the examination. So don't go for the examination leaving out this test your knowledge question booklet. Once again, please try to understand the gravity of this test your knowledge questions, guys. Since it is going to be a first examination under new scheme, high chances questions are going to come directly from the study material. So that's why I am insisting this much. This test your knowledge question booklet, this 64 pages of the booklet, you have to go through it before you go for the examination. Never ever miss it out. Sir, when I have to do it, it's up to your choice. I want to do it at the beginning only. Yes, you do it. Sir, I want to do it on day 1, day 2, day 3, whatever you want, you do it. But don't postpone it to 15th of morning. 15th of morning, you don't postpone it. Why? Because as I have told you once again, because of last moment tensions and all, you will miss it out. So that's why I'm telling you, plan it somewhere, not on 15th of May morning. Before that only, at some point of time, you try to complete this test your knowledge question bank along with the answers whatever have been given here. A lot of effort has been gone into it to make this booklet ready for you. So you do it, please do it. So if you don't want to refer this material, okay, no problem. At least from the ICA study material also, you can refer to that test your knowledge questions. And even I have shown you where you can download it. So come to that website, go to the resources section, download this test your knowledge question booklet. Similarly, you will have MCQ booklet also. Download it and watch it and read it, sorry. Understood? So these are the things which you have to compulsorily do it. So what are the things which you have to compulsorily do it? 2 series of the MTPs, RTP, test your knowledge questions, whatever booklets are there that you have to refer. Now coming to the manner of preparation or order of preparation. So which chapters I have to concentrate more, which chapters I can keep them as a last priority. Okay, let me tell you here. First thing, first and foremost thing, follow the same order. Whatever order I'm telling you, that order you can follow. First, complete nature, objective and scope of audit along with ethics. If you guys follow my lectures, if you guys follow my material, what I have done is, in the study material, you will be able to find 2 chapters. First chapter, nature, objective and scope of audit. Last chapter, ethics and terms of engagement. So what I have done in my material, I have clubbed both the chapters and I have named it as nature, objective and scope of audit along with ethics. So your first chapter for preparation should be this: nature, objective and scope of audit along with ethics. This should be your first priority. And I am telling you, no choice is given here. Each and every question from this chapter is going to be damn important. So full chapter, 100% of the chapter, you have to cover it. Which chapter? Nature, objective and scope of audit and ethics. See what some students will come and say is, sir, in the chapter, I want to take the choice. I will say, in the chapter, don't take the choice. If you are preparing for a certain chapter, prepare it fully. You can take certain entire chapters as a choice, but don't try to be choosy inside the chapter. So chapters you have to prepare completely. Why? Because today we don't know MCQs and all from which nook and corner they might ask in the examination. So that's why first chapter which you have to start your preparation with is nature, objective and scope of audit along with ethics. Full chapter you have to read. Full chapter, 100% you have to cover it. Okay, sir, I'm done with that. I have taken some 2-3 hours of time. I have completed nature, objective and scope of audit along with ethics also. I am done successfully. Then what I should do? Come to the next chapter, audit reporting. Come to the next chapter, what? Audit reporting. Sir, in this audit reporting chapter, what I should do? First of all, what is the content of the audit reporting chapter? We have 4 700 series of standards: 700, 701, 705, 706. Yes or no? So these 4 standards, you have to cover them first. Then what you should do? Immediately you should start covering 143 subsection 1 reporting requirements, 143 subsection 3 reporting requirements, 143 subsection 11, nothing but CARO. CARO requirements also you are required to complete. So first complete these 4 standards: 700, 701, 705, 706. Along with that, reporting requirements under section 143. And also one more thing also will be there. 143 subsection 12 also will be falling here only. So nothing but fraud reporting. So whatever fraud reporting is there, 143 subsection 12, that also will come here. After that, you cover the concept of joint audit. After that, you cover the concept of joint audit. Joint audit, one standard is there, SA 219, very simple standard. Cover that concept of the joint audit first. Then after that, you cover that concept of internal audit along with SA 610. Internal audit along with SA 610. 610 will be given as a part of your audit reporting chapter. So cover the internal audit chapter along with SA 610. So this is what you should be covering in the audit reporting chapter. So after covering all this, if you are able to find any miscellaneous content, first to cover all this. After that, whatever miscellaneous content is there, that you refer it once. Just have a quick look once. The first, nature, objective and scope of audit chapter along with ethics. Then you have audit reporting chapter. This you have to complete it. Next one. After that, coming to the next part. Third part, I will say, you start audit evidence. You start what? Audit evidence and audit documentation. If you pay attention, in my material, I have combined both audit evidence and audit documentation. So this chapter also very small chapter, very good weightage. Small chapter, very good weightage will be there. So you cover this chapter, audit evidence and audit documentation also. This you have to compulsorily cover it. Next, talking about standards. After audit evidence and audit documentation, you have to start looking into standards. Sir, what and all standards I have to cover? So we have so many standards, right? So for all the standards, you have the revision notes also, summary notes also you have for all the standards. Once again, sir, where can I find that charts for the standards? Same website. So we have only one section where you will, one compilation of the resources. Yes. If you see here, CA Inter Audit, once again, May 2024, you will be able to find here updated SA charts. It is there, and also SA 450 separately I have kept that chart. So whatever it is, all the charts you will be able to find it for the standards. Some handwritten charts will be there, some printed charts will be there. So whatever it is, you can download this charts for the purpose of your revision. So then you come to the standards. In the standards also, the top priority standards. First, specifically, you have to pay attention to which standard? SA 501. SA 501. Then SA 505, SA 510, SA 500, SA 560, SA 570. Okay, these 5 standards should be your top priority. Top priority standards are these 5 standards. These 5 standards you have to cover it. First and foremost priority. What are the 5 standards which you have to cover? 501, 505, 510, 560, 570. But before covering that 4 standards, before covering these 5 standards, I have one more important information for you. So I have one more important thing. So before you start reading the standards, before the standards, you will be able to find one content in your material regarding some introduction part will be there for the standards. When it comes to the standards, some introduction part will be there. Sir, what introduction part will be there? They will talk about different kinds of standards. What are essays? What are standards on review engagements? What are standards on assurance engagements? What are standards on related services? What are standards on quality control? And also, what is the difference between audit engagement, review engagement? When assurance engagement standards will become applicable? What is the difference between historical financial information and prospective financial information? So like that, some introductory information will be there. And also, what will be the auditor's responsibilities with regard to the standards? What is the purpose behind the standards? That introductory information is very, very important. In the standards on in the standards on audit chapter, before you actually start reading the standards, before that actual standards, there will be some introductory part in which they will explain different kinds of standards, like what are standards on audit, what are standards on review engagements, what are standards on assurance engagements, and what are standards on related services. And difference between audit engagement, review engagement, difference between historical financial information, prospective financial information, when assurance standards will become applicable, when audit standards will be applicable, when review standards will be applicable, when related services will be applicable, when SQC will become applicable, and what will be the responsibilities of the auditor with regard to the standards on audit. So that intro part will be there. That introduction compulsorily you have to read. From that introduction, you can expect MCQs. I'm telling you. From that introduction, you can expect MCQs. So that's why that introduction part you have to cover. Then after that, you have to cover these 5 specific standards: 501, 505, 510, 560, 570. First, wind it up. Sorry, one more also will get added here. SA 580 also. 6 standard, sorry, SA 580 also will get added to the list. Nothing but first you have to concentrate on 500 series of the standards. First, you have to concentrate on 500 series of the standards. You have to concentrate. Okay. After that, if you are done with introduction part, if you are done with these standards, these 6 standards, then whatever balance standards are there that you cover. First priority should be this. After that, balance standards you have to cover it. Okay. Clear and comfortable, everybody? So I told you 4 chapters till now. What are they? Nature, objective, and scope of audit and ethics, audit reporting, audit evidence and documentation. Then I spoke about standards, and in the standards also I have told you which specific standards you have to concentrate more, and introduction part is going to be very, very important. Sir, after that, what I'm supposed to do? After that, what I'm supposed to do? So after this, what you're supposed to do is the next thing. The next priority should be, I will give you 3 chapters. Next, I will give you 3 chapters. 5, 6, 7. Next order of preparation. Audit sampling. Audit sampling. Then we have analytical procedures. Audit sampling, analytical procedures, and audit strategy. Audit strategy, planning, and program. Audit strategy, planning, and program. These are 3 chapters, guys. I'm telling you, very small chapters, very easy chapters, will take less amount of time for preparation. You can wind it up as quickly as you can, but never ever leave this Three chapters: audit sampling, analytical procedures, audit strategy, planning, and program. These three chapters should be your next priority, and most importantly, audit strategy, planning, and program. If you see here in the weightage which is given by the study material only, from the chapter audit strategy, audit planning, and audit program, from that chapter itself, 8 to 12% of the marks will come. And you know, audit strategy, planning, and program chapter does not involve any major concept. These are just point-wise questions like what are the factors you have to consider in establishing audit strategy, what are the benefits of audit strategy, what are the factors you have to consider in audit plan, what should be included in audit plan, and what are the factors which affect direct supervision and review of the engagement team members, what is audit program, what should be covered in the audit program. So materiality, all that things will be there. So very simple chapter, very easy chapter. And see the weightage here. Just look at the weightage here, 8 to 12% for only such a simple chapter, audit strategy, planning, and program. 8 to 12% of the weightage. Yes or no? So by till here, I will say, if you are able to thoroughly cover all this, if you are able to thoroughly cover till here, whatever chapters I have told you, if you are able to cover it till here, pass. Pass marks are very easy for you. Getting passed in the auditing examination is very easy for you. Now, should I increase the chances of scoring exemption? Should I increase the chances of you scoring the exemption? So what I would say is, to this chapter, if you want to make sure that you are going to get good marks, 55 plus marks you want to get, 50 plus marks you want to get from the auditing paper, you have to do one simple thing. Two chapters I'm going to add it to the list. Audit of items of financial statements. Then audit of various entities. Audit of items of the financial statements, audit of various entities. These two chapters, most of the students will feel like leaving it out as a choice. Most of the students will have in their mind, sir, these two chapters, audit of items of the financial statements and audit of various entities, I will take it as a choice. If you are of such a opinion, you are doing a crime. You are doing a crime here. So if these last two chapters, audit of items of the financial statements, audit of various entities, if you are leaving out these two chapters, gone, you are actually committing a crime there. Sir, why are you telling this? But why are you using such a harsh terms? You are telling if I leave this two chapter, I am committing a crime. Why are you using such a harsh word? Why? Because look at the weightage, even look at the MTP, how many number of questions were asked from these two chapters. If you have looked at the MTP, you will not dare to leave that chapters. Don't even dare it. So if you see here, audit of items of the financial statement, see the weightage, guys, 12 to 20% of the weightage is going to be there from the chapter audit of items of the financial statements. Look at this audit of different types of entities, 12 to 18%. Okay, anyhow, other chapters are all added here along with government audit, along with cooperative, along with audit of banks, all put together 12 to 18%. But I'm telling you, if you ignore these three also, if you concentrate only on audit of item, audit of different types of entities also, 8 to 12% of the marks will be there from the audit of different types of entities. So these two chapters, don't miss out. If you are leaving it out, then you are committing a crime. These two chapters you have to cover for sure, damn sure you have to cover. Sir, but these two chapters are very lengthy, sir. I am unable to remember that content of the last two chapters. This is what the problem which most of the students will face. I have a solution for you. I have a solution for you. See, what you do is, this suggestion, better you follow it. 15th of May, afternoon you will go for examination, no? 15th of May, afternoon you will go for examination, right? 15th of May morning should be dedicated for these two chapters. 15th of May morning should be dedicated for these two chapters, audit of items of the financial statements and audit of various entities. Sir, why are you telling this? Why? Because as you said, these two chapters you tend to forget easily. So better try to prepare for these two chapters as close as possible to the examination. Better try to prepare for this prepare for these two chapters as close as possible to the examination, so that you will be able to retain lot of content in your brain when you go and sit for the examination. So these two chapters are very voluminous. Don't leave it. Read each and everything, but don't try to memorize. I will say don't try to memorize. Sir, how without memorization, how I can do it? So these two chapters are something where you have to be thought provoking. That means these two chapters are something very practical. So you have to use your practical knowledge also for answering the questions of these two chapters. So these two chapters are going to be lengthy. I agree, guys, but you have to put the hard work. So success is not going to come without putting the hard work. So you have to put that hard work of preparing for these two chapters, audit of items of the financial statements and audit of various entities. 15th of May morning, that is before you go for the examination, dedicate the time for these two chapters, so that if you have a look at these two chapters close to the examination, you will be able to retain lot of content. And comparatively within these two chapters, audit of items of the financial statements is very bulky. Very bulky content will be there in the audit of items of financial statements. But I have made your life easy. So I have already uploaded a short on the YouTube recently. I don't know whether you have watched it or not. So I have one more suggestion for you. I have one more thing for you. So if you come to this drive, if you come to the resources section once again, if you go to the CA Inter Audit, if you go to the material part, you will be able to find summary of audit of items of the financial statement. This is something which I have recently worked on. You will be able to find something called summary of audit of items of the financial statement. Each and every concept from the audit of items of the financial statements I have summarized in this booklet. I have summarized in this booklet each and every concept of audit of items of financial statements. At least refer this summary and go for the examination. 12 to 20% of the marks, guys. Why any student wants to leave it? So no. So that's why this summary at least you refer. I have done it only for audit of items of the financial statements. If time permits for me in this 3 days, I will do it even for audit of various entities also. I will do it even for audit of various entities also. If the time permits, definitely I'm going to do it for you. So I will do it if the time permits for me. So, but in the meantime, audit of items of the financial statements, see entire so much of, if you look at the study material, some 100 or somewhere around 90, 70 to 80 pages of content will be there in the study material. This summary I have compiled it in a span of 9 pages, entire content. So at least my humble request, look at this summary and go for the examination. Will you do it? Yes, you have to do it. A lot of effort has gone into this also. So please make use of it. And one more suggestion, as I have told, try to keep that 2 chapters as close to the examination as possible. So these are your top priority chapters. These are your top priority chapters. I'm telling you guys, if you prepare religiously for these 7 plus 2, 9 chapters, there are chances that you can score even 50 plus marks in the auditing paper. You can score 50 plus of the marks in the auditing paper. If you want, even you can cross verify with this weightage list also. The chances are more in your favor to score more than 50 plus marks. Okay, I hope you will be doing it. You will not be missing it out. Next, sir, you did not take the name of certain chapters. Sir, which chapters I did not cover? So which chapters I did not add it in my list is risk assessment and internal control. Sir, you did not say risk assessment and internal control. Will the questions not come from the risk assessment and internal control? Will come. Definitely will come. But keeping in mind the complexity of this chapter takes a lot of time. This chapter takes a lot of time. Complicated terminology will be there. And same with the audit in an automated environment. So these two chapters, 8 to 12% of the weightage is there. Sir, but you did not cover. See, if I have to cover everything, why there is a need of strategy here? I have to cover everything in my list of chapters. Why there is a need of strategy? So I did not say it in the list. So what I will say is, after covering all these things, whatever I have told here, if at all you are left with so much of time, after that also, if you are left with time, so who will be left with the time? Who have already done one round of full preparation, one round of revision, who have done, for them even time will be left out. So in that time, what you should do, these chapters, risk assessment and internal controls, audit in an automated environment, bank audit, right, government audit, cooperative societies audit, you refer to these chapters when you are done with every important thing, whatever I have told you previously. Still, if you are left with the time, then you cover these chapters. Particularly risk assessment and internal control, this contains a lot of complex terminology. That's why I have kept it at the end. Okay. And also, I can say one more thing for you when it comes to risk assessment and internal control chapter also. If you don't want to prepare for the full chapter, I will tell you some concepts. Which concepts is there? Concept of audit risk and components. Components of what is the concept of audit risk and what are the components? This concept you cover. Then detailed explanation of risk assessment procedures and what it includes. As we have explained, risk assessment procedures includes inquiries, it includes observation and inspection, it also includes analytical procedures. So one question will be there that you can read it. Then you have to read the concept of internal controls along with objectives. Yes or no? Then internal controls, inherent limitations. Internal controls and inherent limitations. After that, methods of evaluation of internal control. Methods of evaluation of internal control. Then components of internal control. Then what? Components of internal control. At least this content. If you are unable to cover the entire chapter, if you have little bit of time left, in that little bit of time, at least try to cover these concepts from the risk assessment and internal control chapter. Then when it comes to audit in an automated environment, when it comes to audit in an automated environment, what you should do is you have to cover some concepts. Nothing but initial questions will be there. What are the features of automated environment, right? What you have to get an understanding regarding automated environment, what things you have to understand regarding automated environment, what are the risks arising from the use of automated environment, and what is data analytics. So at least these 4 concepts you try to cover. If you have very little amount of time, at least try to cover these 4 concepts. Then coming to audit of banks, see, audit of banks is a very bigger chapter, but keeping in mind the complexity, the weightage is less. So when it comes to audit of banks, what at least you try to do is how to conduct audit of drawing power. One concept will be there. That concept you cover, conducting audit of drawing power. Different types of modes of creation of security. There will be one concept called modes of creation of security that you try to cover. Modes of creation of security. And there will be something called NPA norms. Special NPA norms will be there. Special NPA norms will be there. Some 8 cases will be there. That 8 cases you cover it. After that, how to conduct audit of interest expenses and interest incomes. This you try to cover. Then interest incomes and interest expenses. Sorry, interest incomes and interest expenses. How to conduct audit, that you try to cover. And finally, one reporting small part will be there. So that you try to cover. At least these concepts you try to cover from the audit of the banks. So cooperative societies and government audit, I'm not referring to this part. So this, depending on your time, you can cover it. When it comes to cooperative societies chapter and when it comes to government audit, the content is very limited. There also we can't be choosy. If you have time, you try to cover this cooperative societies audit as well as government. Will understand? So this is what the strategy which you follow it. There are chance, there are odds in your favor. You still have, if at all you have lacked somewhere in the preparation, in these 3.5 days of time, if you are able to follow these steps, there is a huge chance that you are going to get a very good amount of marks in the examination. Okay, that's all from my side, guys. All the very best. Take care, and please do the hard work for this 3.5 days of time, and later you can relax. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to me for this time. So please do follow it. And if you find this video is informative, if you find this strategy is going to help you out, do kindly share it with your friends as well. Bye everybody. Take care.